Hi, I'm Isaac Raz, and I'm from PPR Studios, and today I'm going to be talking about how different social groups were represented in our thriller film. So, we kind of thought of three different social groups that are main character, and actually really our only character that properly features in our opening, because the killer does feature, but you don't actually get to know him, so I'd say as like a side point that the thriller, the actual killer, he represents kind of a very mysterious, quite a quiet. If he would have his character come out later in the film, which he does, he would be a very quiet person, maybe like mistreated, kind of he over exaggerates quite a bit. He or she over exaggerates quite a bit. So, like, something's happened to them, like they've been bullied in the past, and they've taken it out on all these, like, young girls, or something like that. It's, his main feel of the character is that he's been neglected, and he's taken it out on people, and he's decided to actually do something about it. But apart from him, Libby features, three, social groups. She doesn't really just represent one, I would say. I think she does represent all three because we kind of built her character around the setting and around the storyline. I mean, the first one, which I'll talk about, is it's quite an obvious one, and it's used quite a lot, is the young girl being the victim. And really, a reason why people use this all the time is that young girls are usually stereotyped as being an easy target or not being as strong or something, and I don't think we wanted to use it in like the physical sense, but more like the emotional sense. Like, she's at quite a young age, and she's obviously like going out into the world wanting to meet new people, and that kind of searching for something has obviously led her into a situation where she's just met up with some random person that she doesn't really know, just to like get to know them, really. And he's obviously met her in like quite an isolated place which she didn't really know, and that's how she gets attacked. So I wouldn't say it's being we've used that that stereotype in a very conventional sense. We've kind of used it not just that she's like maybe physically less able to defend herself, but that this person's also manipulated her, really. Which kind of gives you another social group, which kind of adds to the social group that the killer represents, about being kind of like neglected and like really like angry and just wanting to like wanting to fight back. Because if you're angry but you've got to appear calm, you've got to be quite manipulative. So it does all kind of like tie together. But yeah, that was one of the main social groups that we wanted to represent, about the young girl being the victim. As you can see, she's quite young, and we wanted that to be another main focus. Like, she is young, like you can see, but one of the other social groups is like a 17-year-old going out at night. So quite a social person, as being the other social group. And if you think about it, a lot of social young people these days, like, they use like social media, like a lot of internet apps and stuff like that, and they do meet like strangers from here. You can like find just random people, and it's quite easy to hide your actual identity online. So so we wanted to represent that as another social group, because we thought it was fairly important for people to know that like this person is in quite a vulnerable place, not because she feels vulnerable, but because she feels confident. Like, you're kind of, that age at 17 is kind of the age where you're willing to like just go out and kind of like just go out into the world, and you really want to get out there because you're like thinking about going to uni or what your career is going to be like, or anything like that, really. And you're kind of just in that state of mind that everything's moving so quickly and you want to do more things quickly. So we wanted that to be another social group that she represented. And we think we did that pretty well, because she does look, when she goes out, like she's like dressed in all this like smart casual clothing and stuff that doesn't really make sense, like Converse in the middle of like a really muddy wood and stuff like that, and she's got her phone out, she's trying to look for signal, and she obviously looks very out of place, but the way she stands and stuff like that, she just still looks confident, but you can see like the nervousness just like creeping in as the first scene kind of goes on, and then up to the point where she eventually gets attacked, and I think that did give off the feeling that of that social group of 17-year-olds feeling really, really confident and feeling like everything's going to be like fine. They can just do, not that they can just do what they want in that sense, but not in the sense that they can just get away with anything, but in the sense that they just want to be able to like go out into the world and make their future. So that came across quite well, because you can see her confidence kind of led her to a situation where she is quite vulnerable. Another one, and the final one that we try to get across really well, is people in general, not really at this age, but in rural areas, think that not a lot of bad things happen, that there's not a lot of crime as urban areas, and that they're a lot more safer, thinking that it's like a very safe like place when actually it isn't. And we thought that would be a very good one to use, because it does kind of like make people, like, even if you're not from a rural area, you will, like, some people will actually think that rural areas are still a lot safer, and it may be that they are, maybe that they aren't, but the good thing about this social group is that a lot of people will feel it the same way, and they will be thinking that this just looks like a normal wood at night time, and then kind of like the creepiness will start to creep in, and they'll get quite shocked like halfway through. So we thought that would be a good one to have, and also it kind of links with the second social group that I've been talking about, which is the 17-year-old going out, that kind of naivety that everything would be okay. At the moment, our character Libby is just thinking that she's like going out to meet somebody, but she hasn't actually almost put it into words in her own head. She hasn't actually thought about, this is like a random person and they could have a fake picture and it could just be like anybody, and they obviously know this place and I don't. So that kind of naivety of thinking everything's going to be okay is a very strong social group that we try to represent. So that's all from me today. Hope you enjoyed this video, and please check out the rest.